Welcome back to Dizzy Tales with me, Allie. I'm so happy that you're here. And today we're going to talk about what I've learned in the last 2 years because this week is my 2-year Dizzy anniversary, meaning 2 years ago, around this time at the end of March, beginning of April, I had my very first vertigo attack, and I wanted to share with you some of the top 10 things that I have learned in the past 2 years. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Number 1, things will get better. If you're starting your vestibular journey or chronic illness journey, whatever or wherever you are in it, things will get better. At the beginning, I know with mine, it was very dark. I was scared. It was scary. But the one thing I really have learned is that things will get better. Just know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, even though you may think that there is. Number 2, you don't get better overnight, meaning this journey is a marathon, not a sprint. So just be patient with yourself. I know it's hard. Everybody wants to get better, lickety split back to their normal lives, but in reality is you have to find out what your new normal is, and that is kind of hard, but together we'll figure it out. Number 3, you are your best advocate. That means when you're in the doctor's office, you need to tell them your symptoms, how you're feeling. Ask them questions, because if you don't ask them, who else is going to ask them? Also, another thing that I learned, especially with having vestibular migraine, I have a lot of brain fog, and sometimes I get really confused, or I get to an appointment because I'm so anxious I forget what I'm going to say or ask, or sometimes what even went on in the appointment, to be quite honest. So a bonus tip, I guess, is bring somebody that you trust with you. I always bring my husband with me, so there are 2 ears in the room to hear what's going on, and if I forget something, he is always quick to pipe up and say, well, what about this, or whatever concern that we have. So in short, you're your best advocate, and bring somebody that you trust with you to the doctor. 2 ears are better than 1. 4, ask for help. Oh my gosh. This was a tough one for me to finally learn, because I do not like asking for help. And sometimes you just have to ask for help. If you're feeling overwhelmed, ask for help. If you're in a really deep depression or you're really struggling with your mental health, ask for help. Do not suffer in silence. Ask for help. Just do it. It will make a world of difference. You'll feel better because you might be getting the treatment or that you need. For me, it was going to therapy, seeing a psychiatrist, getting on the right meds, even just little things around the house. I mean, the biggest thing that I was embarrassed about was the fact that at the beginning of all of this, I had to have help walking to the bathroom and showering. But, if I hadn't asked for help, I either wouldn't have showered or I probably would have fallen and hurt myself. Ask for help, no matter how big or small it may seem. Just do it. Just ask. 5, not everyone will understand what you're going through or what your chronic illness or vestibular disorder may be. In fact, they might not even want to understand, even though you're trying to convey to them what you are feeling and what you're going through. I have learned this the hard way. I want everybody to understand, and it's really annoying when people don't understand whether they're close to you or not. It's very frustrating, but you just kind of have to accept the fact that some people are either going to get it or they're not going to get it, and you don't need to take it personally, even though it's really annoying and really frustrating, and you wish that they would just get it and get a clue. Number 6, there is always hope. No, it may not seem like there's hope, and there are times even 2 years down the road that there does not seem to be a lot of hope there, but I will tell you, there is hope. There are other people out there who have walked the same journey as you right now, or are in remission, or are doing fantastic because they're on the right treatment. And there are people like myself who are still walking in that journey where things are a little unsteady, or you may be at the very beginning of your journey. But I just want to let you know that there is hope. Do not give up because you think things are not going to get better, because it will get better. It just takes time. Hold on to that hope that things are going to get better and that there is some ray of sunshine in this very, very cloudy thunderstorm that you're going through. Number 7, find people like you. The best thing I ever did was finding a support group, whether that is on Facebook. There are tons of groups on Facebook, support groups on Facebook for vestibular disorders. I'm in quite a few, quite honestly. There's one that's specifically for vestibular migraine. There's one that's specifically for vestibular disorders. Find your people. And another really great resource that helped me find other dizzy people was Veda, and I will definitely link their website down below. They have all sorts of resources. There's even Zoom support groups that you can get on and talk with people. There are forums that you can ask questions and get responses. There's just a ton of information and resources, and the best thing I ever did was find dizzy people like me, because there isn't anybody around me that understands what I'm going through or how it all started and all that stuff. Number 8, put yourself first. I am still learning this. I am a huge people pleaser. I like to put everybody first besides myself. And what having VM has taught me is that I have to put myself first. For example, if I'm feeling really cruddy and there's a family event going on, I need to put myself first and say, no, I'm not going to that family event. I know they're going to miss me, and I'm going to miss out on some fun, but it's more important for me to take care of myself, because if I don't, a 1-day vestibular migraine will turn into an 8-day vestibular migraine like that. Put yourself first. Like, the only person who's going to take care of you is you. So just do it. Number 9, try. Try. Okay? My mom said this to me not even a week ago, because I've been so afraid of trying things like looking for another job, doing things that I love to do, like riding a bike or playing basketball with my kids, or just doing something. Try. That's all I'm going to say is try, because she told me that if you don't try, aren't you already failing? Because you're not trying. But at least if you try and you don't succeed, you're still being successful because you tried it. Like this past weekend, we were at my parents' house, and my kids had gotten new bikes and they were super excited about it. And I was just watching them ride their bikes around, and my dad got on his bike and was riding with my kids. And I was just like, you know what? I know that last summer I tried to ride a bike and it failed epically. I fell off, I was in tears, I was frustrated and mad because I couldn't ride a bike. You know, one of the things you learn when you're a kid and that you still like to do as an adult. And I just looked at my mom and I was like, I want to ride a bike. I know it happened poorly the last time, but I want to try. And I thought to myself, okay, there are two ways this can turn out. I either fall and epically fail, or I try and I succeed at riding my bike. And you know what? I tried and I was riding it. I mean, I was shaky at first, but I did it. And if I hadn't tried, I wouldn't know that I could ride my bike. Granted, it wasn't for very long, but I did it. And I'm so proud of myself that I did it. Try. Even if you don't think you can do it, try, because you're never going to know how far you can push yourself, or before you trigger something, or before you get dizzy, if you don't try. And my last one, number 10, is celebrate the small victories and find joy in the little things. It's taken me a while to really understand this because nobody really celebrates walking to the mailbox or cooking your family a meal or even putting on your pants without falling or taking a shower by yourself. But at the beginning of all of this, and even up until now, 2 years later, like, celebrate those small victories, because I look back now and it was a huge accomplishment just to walk to the mailbox. And I look at myself now and I can walk the dog a mile before things get really tipsy, drunken sailor-esque type things. And if I hadn't taken time to celebrate the small victory when I did walk that short distance to the mailbox, I wouldn't be able to appreciate what I am doing now. Really celebrate the small victories, even if it's as simple as putting on your pants. Just celebrate it. Be proud of yourself, because the fact that you're getting out of bed and doing something is amazing. And take joy in the small things. Remember that even though you're going through a really tough time, think of some things that brought you joy. Maybe it was the sun was shining today and you got to enjoy that through the windows if you weren't outside. Maybe your friend or your husband brought you your favorite meal, or maybe they brought you a blanket because you're cold. I don't know. Or maybe somebody just said something kind to you today. Like, take joy in those small things. Find those small things that do bring you joy, because if you just dwell on the darkness and how sad or lonely you feel, I know from experience you're not really going to be in a positive mindset. You're just going to keep being in a negative mindset and keep spiraling out of control. But if you can think of those things that do make you happy, then there you go. You've already implemented some hope and some gratitude in your day, and that mindset is going to take you so much further than anything else, because this is a long journey. So guys, those are my top 10 things that I could think of that I've learned in the past 2 years, and I really hope that it helps you guys out and put some things into perspective. I just want to say thanks for watching and being a part of Dizzy Tales with Allie today, and I would love it if you would join our Dizzy Tale community. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe so you know when new videos come out. I try to post every Friday and maybe put out some short little videos of Louie throughout the week. If I'm feeling up to it. I hope that you will subscribe to our channel and that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!